Is the real estate media niche too saturated? Let's talk about it. Now, I've been in the real estate media niche for 10 years. On and off there for a little bit at the start, but overall, that's how long. My very first video was with an agent. I think I was 19. And yeah, I'm 29 now. So it's I've got a lot of knowledge, wisdom, and experience in this industry. So we're going to chat about this right now. If you're thinking about getting into the industry, if you're in the industry right now, if you've been in the industry for a while, considering a change, there's going to be value in this video for you. Hey creators, Aimon here. This is where I help creators go full time. Rocking the same green tea as the last video, if you watched the last one. So, no is the answer. The real estate media niche is not too saturated, but there is so much opportunity to improve on this industry. So, in a sense, it's very, very saturated. There are a lot of people in the game, and every time I go on Instagram, I see 18, 20-year-olds. They obviously know they want to jump into this industry. They've had a camera. Maybe they're in uni. They've been mucking around with cameras, something like that. They want to start doing real estate, and they do it. But I would probably hedge my bets on saying maybe 70% of the real estate media business company owners, operators, don't have a business mindset. And this is why there is still a lot of opportunity within this niche, because having awesome media will get you gigs for sure. And there are a lot of people out there that get gigs because they have really good media, right? And that's awesome, good for them. But the amount of people that I see, first of all, pop up and fail, disappear, or pop up and stay at the same level in terms of output, how many clients they can handle for a very long time before they actually cultivate a business mindset, so many. And there's way less in the game that are actually going in as business operators. Now, this might scare you depending on where you're at on your journey. But this is why I think this niche is not too saturated. Because if you go into this with a business mindset, and I'll talk about what that means in a second, the potential to destroy that bottom 70% of the market is just so easy. And then to play with the extra 30% of the market, carve out your own niche within this market is also very high. And I have a couple of friends that are crushing that right now. Shout out Gabe if you're watching. So to operate with a business mindset, what does that mean? Well, first of all, it's like having your systems in place, actually knowing, okay, cool, what do I want to achieve? Having a clear framework to get there, working with KPIs each week, each month, reflecting on those KPIs each week, each month. How did I go with those KPIs? And if you want to know more about KPIs and life KPIs and stuff, I've got a course in the description. I think it's $29. In US dollars, it's like $4 because the Australian dollar sucks. Feel free to check it out. There's a few other courses in there as well. And obviously constantly, aggressively improving on your media quality, right? So this means you're training yourself or your team. It's probably most likely going to be yourself for quite a long time. That's a huge part of it. And I see a lot of people that are clearly using A7S IIIs or just another mirrorless camera. And that's great, but they clearly have zero knowledge about color grading. And it screams amateur because all the walls are yellow. If all the, things are completely off, all the different color spectrums are completely off. They've just slapped an orange and teal light on there. And it's honestly embarrassing. It makes me throw up in my mouth a little bit. And if this is you, that's all good, dude, because there's room to improve. You can get better and you can upgrade within this niche, okay? Another huge part of this is having a sales process in place. How are you going to get clients? How are you going to retain those clients? That's huge, right? Big portion of this industry right now. And again, a lot of people, they put out cool media, they get a client because an agent reaches out to them and they get that client, but then how do you keep that client? Agents, I don't know if you know, but they're pretty intense to deal with in a lot of different ways. And I won't go into that right now, but man, trying to retain an agent, keep them happy with your pricing, with your media. Oh, it's tough. So you have to have a system in place to actually make sure that they're happy. Manage expectations of the agent so well. Manage expectations of the seller of the home so well. Over-deliver on your communication so well. And again, all these operators in the bottom 70% of the market, I don't see them doing this at all. And it's very clear how they operate based off of how they run their Instagram page even. You can see, you can smell the amateur business mindset in a lot of these people. And I'm not trying to be brutal or rude. I'm just trying to let you know that there is a huge opportunity within this niche. And you just have to get educated on what it means to actually run a business, going with a business mindset first. And you also happen to hold a camera and shoot really cool media. That's kind of always what I've said. You know, I'm a communicator first, I'm a business operator first, and I hold the camera over here as well. And if you just operate within that mindset of yourself, you're going to be way more successful. Okay, so what does this mean? You're reading business books all the time. You're listening to business podcasts all the time. You're watching business YouTube videos all the time. You know, you have set work hours, right? You have a set schedule. You're like very disciplined in your approach with all of this. What was the other thing that I just had? It was a great one. And I've lost it now. But yeah, obviously constantly improving your media all the time. God damn, am I gonna have to cut right now? I never cut in these videos if you've noticed. And if you have noticed that I never cut in these videos, that's probably worth a subscribe, you know? But yeah, it's definitely not too saturated. And even the top, this is the other thing, right? I got it. See, I saved it, all right? Is carving out your own niche. So this is extremely important as well. So again, the bottom 70%, they have a look to their videos and people maybe buy their videos because of that look, because they also price themselves down to the bottom of the market. And that's why they get gigs, because sometimes agents, they can't tell the difference between all the different media companies. So why would I choose you over this person, over this person, over this person? This guy does $300 videos and it kind of looks the same as 70% of the market. So why would I choose you over you, over you, over you? So, you know, having a particular look to your videos is huge. As I said, always refining that. And then also carving out your own niche. How do I identify you as a real estate media business owner over everyone else in the market? Are you constantly getting on camera, talking to your people on Instagram, providing value to your target audience on Instagram? Are you posting reels every single day? You know, what is it? Do you have a cool personality when you rock up on set? Are you really relatable? That's going to help you. And a lot of videographers, you know, they may be on the spectrum a little bit. How do I know? Because I'm also probably there as well. And so, you know, it can be hard to relate to people, but these are the different skills that you have to cultivate as well if you want to really stand out in this niche and really make a dent, because it's really possible to do 30, 40, 50K months. Not very hard to actually get to that level, but you just have to have all of these things in place that I've been talking about in this video. And yeah, carving out your niche, if I can go to your Instagram page and identify that you are different to these other media companies. And then I go to your website, I see your pricing, and it's 3, 4, 5 times the pricing of these other people, these other companies, these other businesses, when they're like clearly 20-year-olds with a camera. Everyone can smell the difference. Trust me, it's not very hard. Then I'm going to respect your pricing as an agent. I'm talking. It's, you know, if you differentiate yourself and then your pricing reflects that, then it's like people are more likely to be like, oh my God, I'm going to pick this person because of their prestige. And trust me, the range is so huge. So I'm talking in Australian dollars right now, but there are people that do real estate videos for $300 to $500. And they're bringing the value of the industry down, if you ask me. I don't know how they're surviving. They're obviously living with their parents, shooting on, you know, camera that their mummy bought them, and editing themselves. It's all themselves. So it feels like good money to them, but that's not what a business operator would do. There is no profit in that. They're not thinking about how many man hours, how much expenses they have, and how much profit they actually want to make off of each product, right? So this is the business mindset. And then there are people that do $1,000 videos. And then there are people that do $2,000 videos. And then there are people that do $5,000 videos, right? And the difference between that is how they frame themselves to the market. They actually have a proposal for the agent for each individual shoot. And, you know, where we sit, it's kind of that low to middle range. And that's because of the setup that I have. You know, for example, we're sitting at about that $1,100 to $1,500 range. And we provide everything: photos, 3D, floor plan, 2D, the drone, Matterport, video, extra content, so a bit of social reel. We've got photos, the whole jazz. And that's because, I run a business within another business. So we want to make it as cheap as possible, because the actual profit we get within our business is from another avenue. It's from the agent's commission. Okay. So it's a bit of a different setup for us, but we want to make it as cheap as possible while providing as much value as possible. And part of our niche that we've carved out is, guess what? I'm on camera all the time, over-delivering on value to my target audience. And, everything is included. Our media team rocks up. You're going to get everything delivered within 12 to 24 hours. We over-deliver so much. And if we were not within this company, we would have our own niche carved out very easily. So this is kind of like a bunch of random thoughts. I didn't really structure this video, right? But hopefully you've gotten some value out of this, because there is huge opportunity within this niche. And, there's a couple of guys around the world that are actually popping off like crazy because they've just carved out their own niche. They're operating like a business person, and they're making absolute bank doing it. And they're just rolling around with a camera, A7S3, whatever. I shoot in Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 6K Pro. And they're making bank. And so the niche is not too saturated. The bottom 70% of the market is. But if you can pop your head out of that bottom 70%, then the potential is insane. So hopefully you've gotten some value out of this video. If you want more videos like this, feel free to let me know. And check out those courses if you want as well. There's heaps of value there. I'll see you in the next video.